Alright, kind of day 2 of the landscape rake build here. I can only dedicate a couple hours here and there to doing stuff like this at a time. So anyway, got it mostly together, almost completely done. All the hard stuff is done anyway. Ended up changing a little bit of my design from what I originally had thinking, but I'll take you on a little tour on what I did and some of the reasons for that. First off, reason why this is so long is, I talked about this a bit before, but the lift on this 3-point is only about a foot vertically from this pin. And so in order to have enough capacity and lift, or as far as geometry, to have this thing lift high enough in the air, make the lever longer is about the only thing you can do. It doesn't weigh a whole lot, so that doesn't really matter. So I ended up making it longer. I think it could have been a bit shorter, and I might cut about a foot off of it yet at one point in time. I'll mess with that later. We'll see what happens. But anyway, for the most part, it's working pretty good. I also had another issue where just the height of this made it so where I can't have it straight and level. It's kind of stepped up in order to make it all work right. Another reason I got to build implements for this small stuff is you can't really buy things that work real well, and so you got to kind of make it on your own. I knew that going in, but that's okay. So I'm going to take you on a small tour and kind of what I did, how I built it, and a way I kind of really cheated and saved a lot of time. Okay, I got a very simple pin mechanism here for the support and for adjusting the angle. Gonna work well. I still need to drill a hole right in that pin, put a linch pin in there to keep it from popping off. It'd be easy enough to flip this bar over, and I'll show you why in a second, if I need to adjust this height, if I need it above or below the main support bar. And so that'll be adjustable later, and I'll show you why. This adapter I had built a while ago. I use it for a bunch of stuff, but namely it's got the 2-inch receiver in there, so I can move trailers with it or other crap, and just kind of an overall handy little attachment. And as I was getting ready to build this main beam onto its own 3-point triangle there, I realized that this is a whole lot easier just to use this attachment I've already got built. And so what I did is I took just one of those cheap, I got them at Menards, I had them on sale for $6.99, or every now and again you get a 2-inch ball and then just a very simple hitch. So I took one of them, I cut off the flat spot. Let me grab it. There. And I just cut off where you actually mount the ball. I might use it for something. And simply welded it on so it fits right in there. You put your pin right in there and off you go. Kind of saved a whole lot of hassle. But so the gist of it. So right now what we got to do is we got to bolt up all the tines you see down there. They got to get bolted on. I need to drill that hole in that pin. I'll eventually put primer on it just for something. And then I've already kind of tried it a bit, but we'll go out and put it to use. Alright. Let's give this a try up and down. See how it works. Alright, I'm overall happy with it, how it's turning out. It's not too heavy. So 3/16 will have no problem lifting it. I'm certainly not bringing the front end off the ground in any way. I think I'm going to take it out and test it just kind of as is, not with the pin or nothing, and I still haven't exactly worked out how I'm going to control the angle of it. Might go with this chain up to a connections, but then you're going to have a lot of extra chain. Haven't decided what I want to do with on that yet, so that I'm not sure about. A piece of plate right here. You know, it's got circle holes in an arc pattern, and a pin right there would work fine, but I don't have a piece of plate on me right now, so but I think I'm going to take it out and try it just to see how it works as is, just to see if there's any modifications I need to do before I kind of finalize everything. So let's go give it a shot. This is just an area I'm kind of cutting back. It got overgrown over the last probably 40 years, so I'm pushing it all back to the tree line. Trees and brush came up to here. So we're getting this all cleared out, trying to clean this up a bit. So let's see what happens. I'm going to perform a turn maneuver in here. Nothing's locked on it, on the rake, so we'll see how it works, see if any modifications need to be done. Don't know what will happen quite yet. Well, I was rather pleased with that. I was extremely happy how that went. It doesn't pull too far behind me to be annoying, but yet I can reach back and grab something, pull it forward, pull out of a ditch or something, so that's kind of nice. I got enough weight. I don't know if I'm going to have to add any weight to it, although it would be a really easy modification to do, just to put a box right here for a sand tube. But I don't think so. I was able to get down, but it's very muddy right now. We've been having days of rain, so we'll see what happens. But very happy with how it worked. They're extremely pleased. But obviously, and I knew it was going to be an issue, of course, so there's nothing here. It kept wanting to turn out of control. But that had me thinking. You know, I got that rear hydro port on the back of the 316. I could simply use hydraulics and I could control this angle from the operator station. I happen to have a couple old hydraulic cylinders lying around. I'm not sure if they work or not, but I'm thinking that might be a pretty darn good solution. It might not be as cheap as a simple pin, but boy, it'd be nice to be able to change that angle on the fly. So, not 100% done with this yet, but I'm definitely going to say that it's working quite nice. The geometry worked out real nice. I'm very pleased with how it worked out. The height that it raises it to empty out is about perfect. Couldn't ask for much better than that. All in all, I'm extremely pleased with how this project went. So, we'll go over, I'll break down the price and how everything, what everything costs as best I can. Some of this I've had, like this steel's been around for a while. I don't know what I paid for it. But we'll kind of go over some of the costs here, what I did pay on the tines on the bolts, kind of add that up, which is really but the only considerable expense. The rest of this steel that I used, 15 bucks maybe. Not much if you go right to a steel supply. Not much at all. So the main cost is going to be in the tines. That was the expensive part. 56 bolts involved in putting this together, although they're grade 3, so that's not too expensive. But still, there's 56 of them. 56 bolts, 56 nuts, and then I'm not doing math in my head this morning because I only got 3 hours of sleep, but crap shit ton of washers. So anyway, that's looking pretty good. pretty happy, and I'll do an update as soon as I get it kind of finished out with hydraulics, if that's what I do. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.